Let's go! This is the vibe, man. Hell yeah.
Guys, how you doing? We are here in Kuala Lumpur. We're in a really nice gym, Ryu Combat Academy. My friend over here was very nice to let me crash his class, even if I didn't have a gi like you know from the other videos, but he was nice enough to let me roll. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello everybody! My name is Abang Saef. I am a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I am a local here from Kuala Lumpur, and man, we're all about the vibes. We're in Ryu Combat Academy. Awesome time with Claudio, my friend here.
Have you done any other martial arts, or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the one and only?
So I started off with Jeet Kune Do actually when I was 13 and a half years old. I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee, and I did it. I really enjoyed it. I had a great coach. His name was Stephen Solomon.
Okay.
He is a Scottish man who resided here, and he's amazing. If you're watching this, I just want to give a shout out to you, man. Respect.
Always respect the seafood.
Yes. Yeah. He put me on the path. But eventually, because my brother joined Jiu-Jitsu, he's a black belt as well. You know how it is with siblings. You know, we were at home and he asked me to spar one day, and I was like, my striking is gonna beat your grappling. And he arm triangled me like 5 times.
Okay.
So and I didn't want to tap. I cried. My dad came down and he was like, okay, if you're gonna cry, you're not gonna train anything anymore. So I was like, oh man, this arm triangle, it works. This jiu-jitsu really works.
Yeah, man.
And eventually, because our dojos were near each other, eventually I went by to try jiu-jitsu with Marcos Escobar, my first coach. And I enjoyed it from day one, and I've just been doing it since.
So how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu up to this moment?
Since 2010.
2010.
So,
wow. So
yeah,
you've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah.
So you're well seasoned. Black belt.
I'm old.
Yeah. How old are you by the way?
I'm 28.
Yeah, 28. He's 28, but he's a
my bones are old.
Listen, man, he's a killer black belt. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He got me in the triangle.
He's the killer.
He got me in the triangle. I couldn't believe myself. I was like, how the fuck did I get into this triangle?
No, brother.
Fantastic triangle,
Thank
man.
you so
really
much.
good
Thank you.
So you've been doing jiu-jitsu for basically 14 years.
14 years, yes.
How long you've been having this academy here?
So we opened in June, on the 6th of June 2022.
Okay, so for a couple of years.
Yeah, 2.5 years now. 2.5 years now. Yep.
You know what? It's very hard for my brain to understand that we are in December because outside is 32 degrees. So it's like, oh yeah, it's just 2 years because June has been last week, but we almost half year gone. Yeah. So you've been for 2.5 years open. Did you had any following when you opened the gym, or you kind of like open on your own and you kind of hope for the best?
Right. So I've always had this dream, and I think you told me as well, since you were 16 you wanted to do this vlog, right?
Yeah.
I had a dream when I was 16 as well, where I've done 2 competitions. When I was 16, I had done 2 jiu-jitsu competitions. Won the first one, lost the second one, and I just fell in love with it, and I wanted it to be my ambition, my whole life. So at 16 years old, I remember I went into my room and I wrote down on a piece of paper that I was going to be a purple belt world champion. I was going to raise world champions in my gym, and I was going to open up my academy in 2023. So I set that goal, and ever since that day I worked towards it, and I managed to open the gym in 2022, which is a year before my goal.
1 year early.
1 year early.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was very fortunate to get the support I had to open up the gym. But to answer your question, yes, I had a following. That was the goal. The goal was to compete, and of course the goal was to win worlds, so people would know. That was the vibe last time, right? You had to win worlds.
Back in the day, if you don't have an IBJJF World Championship gold or even a podium, nobody would care. But I think we kind of move away from that.
And good with it.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's good to have champions if they are good at people, first of all, and if they're good coaches.
Yes.
It's amazing to have that level of like expertise, if you want to call it so. But like I had coaches, they weren't world champions, and they were fantastic coaches, you know, and I grew a lot under them and I understood the game better from them. So Yeah, so you find yourself likely to get any of those goals to maybe medal in any of the big competitions?
I never got to medal, but I had the opportunity to compete, and that alone was insane. You know, I managed to win one fight in Worlds at a purple belt level, and I was like, man, this, to me, I felt like, okay, this is why I do it. You know, like the journey of getting there, like, man, because we came from Malaysia, it's not really big on Jiu-Jitsu, it's still very new, it's still in its like infancy. So leading up to that was 2016, we didn't have any guys, you know, like it was just me and my bros, a couple of our seniors, we had brown belts, no black belts even yet. So we were just doing the local comps. We were going to Philippines, we were going to Bangkok, we were doing UAE, we were doing Taiwan. We were building up that momentum in competitions, and we were training, you know, like, and the bond that I have with those guys, insane. Up till now, it's insane. We literally lived with each other. We slept in the gym, you know, we did 2-3 sessions a day. It was the vibe back then.
You lived the life.
Lived the life, and that's what really drew me in, and that's what I really want to get out of this experience, and what I want to share to my fellow students and teammates I have now, and I want to give them that experience because it's so full. You know, it's so holistic, and I mean, look at this. We just met, by the way, but we're like homies.
Wow.
You know, we're like homies. Like, I already know this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And only Jiu-Jitsu can give you that. And I think that's the beauty of Jiu-Jitsu, and that's the message I want to give to people through the gym. It's not just about the achievements. It's the friends you make along the way.
100%,
you know? Yeah. Sorry, I went off tangent.
No, listen, this is why we're doing this, is to just go off. Like, for real. Like, there's no time limit for this. It's just like, at the end of the day, like I told you at the beginning, the reason I do these interviews and the reason I do these travels, because I really want to connect also with these kind of people. You know, I want to meet people like you. They had a dream, they work really hard. And also, what I found out since I came here in Southeast Asia specifically, not only Malaysia, is like Jiu-Jitsu and martial arts, especially mixed martial arts, that are in the infancy. I mean, you barely had any black belts 5-10 years ago, while in Europe right now, you throw a stone and you hit the black belt in London right now, you know, they're actually everywhere. Yeah. And you have to work, you know, and you have these big dreams. And like for me, I think it's really valuable to meet people like you. They kind of work towards the goals, and you know, I can get inspiration from there. And maybe some of our viewers, you know, they're gonna see it, they're gonna be like, there's gonna be a kid over there that's gonna be like, hey, listen, if I just do that, even if I don't get that medal, if I don't get that belt, or if I don't get to those places, I can still work hard and get something, you know, in the future. And that gets us here, gets us with 2 years with your club. How many members do you have currently?
Currently, we have about 50 to 60 members in total. Unfortunately, we have some that come and they go. You know, that's just how it is.
That's Jiu-Jitsu for you.
That's Jiu-Jitsu, yeah. Jiu-Jitsu, of course, it's a difficult sport. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You gotta be.
What do you say? What's your feeling towards people? Why do you think they kind of like don't stick with it? I know it's a big, but what would you say is the
That's an amazing question. One? That's a really good question. I mean, because now it's my bread and butter. It's how I live. So I think about it a lot, and I try to find ways to retain the customers. Of course, I'm running a business, but more important for me, it's for the students to feel what it can give you. You know, Jiu-Jitsu can give you something that nothing else can give you, and that's just ownership. I feel control. A control of your life, and the beauty of it is that control, and this is crazy because it's so what do you call that word, when it's two different meanings,
double sense or?
Anyway, comments please help us out on that one. When you have two different meanings, it's ironic because to get control in something like Jiu-Jitsu, you need to submit. You know, and that's the beauty of what Jiu-Jitsu can give you, is that knowing that it's okay to let it go.
Yeah.
And when you let it go, you have full control of your life, actually. And that's what I want to give to my students, my friends, anybody who walks through these doors. It's not just for, you know, like a business and all that. For me, it's a passion, it's a lifestyle, it's the way. I mean, martial arts has been around for so long for a reason.
it's fair enough. This is part of the human spirit.
The
you know?
human spirit, you know?
I think it's part of us, you know. And some people they have it more, some people they have it less, you know. Like even myself, like I fell in love with Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Van Damme, all the guys in the early '90s, you know. And was a very hype for me. It was a big hype to be in Hong Kong in front of the statue, you know.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was like that was such a cool
that
moment.
Must have been nice.
But and also I saw Sammo Hung, you know, he had like the print on the, he had the print on the,
Nice.
on the thing. It was very cool for me. So yeah, like at the end of the day, if you walk into a gym and you feel like this might be something for you. What I also struggle a bit, I think it's been the same as you, is like you don't know how to pass that onto your students. But I also think like maybe sometimes it's because they don't actually have it inside as much. I mean, they just want to give you the go, and they come here, they give it the go, and it's like, yeah, it's not working for me, so they move on.
Yeah.
What I try to explain to everybody when they come to my wrestling classes and everything is, I remember that this is a cool story. Sorry, because it's your interview.
No,
but like,
please, no.
Now I'm being like a grandpa.
No, please.
Yeah, so this is a cool story. So I'm running this kids class, you know, and I've been running the class for about 2-3 years now. So I had these kids, they've been with me for 2-3 years. They were like 5, 6, 7. Now they're 10. Now these kids are savages, you know, like they're literally savages, man.
I love that.
And I have this mother who comes in with the son, and it's like, I want my son to kind of be a bit more confident. It's like, listen, wrestling is the one for you. He's gonna be really confident, he's gonna really enjoy it. And the kid was like 12. I mean, it's 2 years older, but 12 and 10, if you see kids, like especially in martial arts, the size between them is like insane.
And the strength.
It was like the strength was insane, the difference between them.
Yep.
This 10-year-old was literally just flipping the 12-year-old all over the mat. First session, okay, I see the mother kind of like struggling with the idea. I go with her, it's like, listen, your son is doing really well. It's normal, it's first class. Second time, he comes again. It happens the same. I put him with even smaller kids. The kids, they still take him down. He still struggles a lot. And then in third class, and this is the kind of the fun one. It's been kind of a big gap between the second and the third one. Comes to the third one, and I'm sitting at the reception. When we finish the class, the mother comes to me and said, listen, can you please put my son with somebody who they can win, like with somebody who's a bit easier? And I remember when I looked at her and I said, listen, madam, if you come to my class and your son, who never did wrestling, can easily beat my kids,
That's a problem.
he shouldn't be here. Because I'm a bad coach and my kids didn't know nothing after 3 years of wrestling. So it's very hard to make people, they don't have this goal, this drive inside, that losing is what is going to happen at the beginning. You're going to suck. You're going to suck a lot.
We still suck.
Oh my God.
Still suck.
He trianged me like a little baby, like I was a white belt. You know? That's what I'm saying, man. It doesn't matter how much you train, doesn't matter how good you are. You're always going to find somebody who's better than you at something. It doesn't have to be overall better than you, but there's always going to be somebody better than you, faster than you, stronger. But that's the beauty of it.
That is.
Because if you keep training, if you keep showing up, it's all about you, you know, at the end of the day. It's all about your journey. So speaking about your journey, like what's your goal, for example, for the gym for the next 5 years? And do you have a plan for it, or you kind of like still hoping to grow organically?
So growing organically is the way we do it. We don't, I prefer to have people come to me because I like it when people seek out. I feel like we connect more real rather than reaching out and advertising a lot. I'm not a huge fan of that. I know I should be doing more. I don't know, for me, martial arts will always be sacred. You know, something that's pure, and you step through these doors with the wrong intentions, I believe you'll never last. If you come in and you want to just like, you know, show off you're the man, or you want to win a few gold medals to flex on Instagram, man, don't waste our time. You know what I mean? We want to have people who are here and in it for the long run, and we want real connections. You know? See you, Razi. Shout out to my guy, Razi.
See you, man.
He's getting married on Saturday.
Congratulations,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the married life. I got married in September, like.
Hey, congrats, brother.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. Yeah, this is kind of like our honeymoon.
Oh, what a honeymoon.
And I keep dragging my wife to Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling gyms all over the world. Happy honeymoon love, what you want me to say. Yeah,
That is fantastic.
This
That
is what we
awesome.
do, you know, that's
what we love.
Yeah, that's our vibe.
Yes.
And man, congratulations. Yeah.
I'll see you soon. Hit me up. I didn't just show me.
We'll do. Definitely.
I hope if you get my contact from my wife, and then amazing. Thank you very much,
Thanks for the
brother.
rounds, brother.
Have a nice one. You see, man, Jiu-Jitsu is always a friendly place.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
it's
Like,
always- yeah.
that's the vibe. Like, Razi, so a little backstory, and he's a testament to the kind of people that we want to have here, where he came and helped us set up the gym. You know, he has known me for a few years, and only recently he joined, started training with me a little bit, and I got close with him because I did an open mat at another gym, you know, that was not my affiliate gym or whatever, but just my friends, you know, and they invited me over to get some rounds in, and I went and rolled, and we had a great time, and I rolled a lot of times with Razi, and we got really close because, like, we don't care, you know, we tap each other out, we have fun, we experiment, we try things. There's just no bullshit, you know, just some nice
For being a big
jiu-jitsu.
guy, he has an amazing flexibility.
Yeah, it's so cool, right?
Man.
Like, it's insane, you
He
know.
put me in some 10 Jiu-Jitsu 10 planet
Yeah.
orchard, that
He's
orchard
that guy.
positions
He's that
and
guy here.
mission control that I was like, what's going on here, bro? Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah,
really
it's so
good
fun.
work.
It's so fun, you know, and I'm a smaller dude, and I actually do like to play a lot of pressure, especially at that time. And he's a big dude that likes to play guard. So when we were rolling, people were like, "Yo, that big dude is playing guard like that, and that small dude is playing pressure
And the
passing."
opposite.
It's the opposite, you know. And we were just like, "Oh my god, I so understand you," you know, and like that openness and that kind of that willingness to express and even humiliate yourself. Who cares, man? It's just training, you know, like. To train the best, you need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to get smashed. You need to try things, you know. And we really clicked. And he came by. Back then, we didn't have all these fancy Fuji mats.
Yeah, they're great. Really nice setup over here.
Yeah. So we didn't even have those, and we just had like these black mats that we got from our version of like Amazon, Shopee, right? They were like 10 mats. There was no door here. You guys can't see, but like there's just glass, and we just opened 2 doors for our ventilation. And he came by and he did rounds with us because the gym was not in use, right? We didn't have our equipment yet, but he wanted to train with us still. So we had rounds. We had plenty of rounds. Even during our fasting month, he fasted 12 hours, 13 hours, and he still trained with us. No complaints. We had no lights, and we still pushed through with good vibes. And he's still here till today, you know. And it's been almost 3 years, and we're so close, and I consider him family now. And that's the vibe I want to get. You know, for me, it's like quality instead of quantity. You know.
Yeah.
And of course, if I could reach out, like we were talking about earlier, if we could reach out to more people, that would be great. But I think just going back to that question is now why I think people don't stay. I think it's just they're not ready to receive what Jiu-Jitsu can give or what the universe can give. You know, to be able to really just let go of the ego and just be like, you know, kill your ego, kill all the humiliation factor, kill all the progress factor, you know, all these material things that we deem as important as humans of the modern era. We don't need that, actually, right? What's important is to be rich in the spirit, and I think that's what I hope to give people. And I feel like this is what we have right now, this conversation, man. Like having a conversation this intimate and this like deep after knowing each other for what, 2 hours? Not even 2 hours.
Not even.
You know, like that's only something Jiu-Jitsu can do, because we connect in a way where we trust each other, and it's okay, like it's fine, we were open.
I mean, listen, if you can hug a man, you can have a good conversation with him, you know, like if you hug for 5 minutes in a round,
Exactly.
that gets you a bit closer to him than you imagine, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's great, you know, and as you said before, you don't want to compromise who you are, you don't want to compromise this quality just to get more people in. And at the end of the day, you said that you want to get like good competition, you want to get good competitors, future world champions, and you don't want to push for the big numbers just to say, And you know what, I'm going to tell you, like from what I experienced in my past 10 years, that if you do good quality work, you know, you'll get there. There are people that will come. It's just a matter of you know, the students that you already have here to invite people to come and they see the vibe and they see this, you know, as long as it's real, you know, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gyms and they weren't that cool, you know? Yeah, and you can see that, you know, like you can see when they're looking for
the other thing.
They're looking for to show off. They're looking, they want a piece of you. You know, when you step over there, it happens. You know, it's part of who we are. And some gyms they're super cool. And I'll be honest, man. I've been to really cool gyms. I've been to not so cool gyms, but I've never been to a shitty gym, which is great.
Yeah.
Because I had a bad experience with a traditional martial artist in Hong Kong.
Oh.
Yeah. With a high regarded master. It was a piece of shit. Let's say straight.
Call him out.
I'm not gonna say his name because I said it already on Instagram. if you follow me on Instagram, but yeah, maybe one day I'm gonna make a video about that dude. You know, like that bastard.
There's no place for that in martial
arts. No. At the end of the day, I think if you sit down with somebody and you try to connect on that human side, you're always going to see another human being on the other side. And everybody has their own fears, they have their own struggles. And I think the only thing that Jiu-Jitsu allows you, and also martial arts like wrestling and everything that doesn't have such a competitive component into it, even if Jiu-Jitsu is very competitive, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know, I think Jiu-Jitsu is the only martial art that doesn't have a goal right now. You know, you have people, the hobbyists, they just show up and they just train. It's very hard to have people like that in MMA or maybe even wrestling, you know, like people, it's such a complicated sport, wrestling.
And the nature of it.
The nature is very injury, is very,
it's quite intense.
It's really intense. And Jiu-Jitsu, I like to say to my friends when they ask me what martial arts to start, I always say to them, I'm a wrestling coach and I love wrestling to the end of the days. But I always say to them, listen, if you want to get proficient to something fast, go to Jiu-Jitsu, because wrestling is going to take more time and it's going to be more dangerous for you. And also I like to say that Jiu-Jitsu is more democratic. Because wrestling is a tyranny.
That's so well put.
Because tyranny of the strength, of the youth, of the speed. In Jiu-Jitsu is all about technique. And a weaker person, a person, like if you get the 40 years old against the 20 years old, and the 40 years old is a brown belt and the 20 years old just got into the gym, I feel sorry for that 20 years old. You know, like, unless if that guy is like Olympic wrestler, that's a different ball game. Don't get that. That guy didn't just start Jiu-Jitsu. As I said, it's like I really like the vibe over here, and I want to thank you for that, you know, to allow me to just like message him on Instagram yesterday.
I just want to say, man, like this last couple of months, it's been kind of you know how businesses, there's the ups, there's the downs. We've been in a bit of a down in our Jiu-Jitsu, and Jiu-Jitsu has been doing the best over this last few years, just in terms of the community, the attendance, but recently it's been on a down, and we're trying to figure out why. So I'm trying to tweak the classes, and this has been so cathartic for me. Like it's been so good for me to just express myself. And it just came. And I think
out of nowhere,
and that's the beauty of
that's my style, guys.
No, it's so awesome, man. Like you reached out, and I could feel the vibe even through the messages, like how genuine you were, and I immediately felt like, you know what, let's just open up. You know, I love to open up to randomness, because I feel like if you don't do that, the universe is talking. We just have to listen. You know, we just have to open our ears and listen. But I feel sometimes we close ourselves off to the idea because of fear, because of past events that may have traumatized you, and I'm all for that. I'm all for good mental health, and I myself have just done my first therapy. I've been to therapy for the first time, and it's been amazing. It was really good, and I plan to continue next year. I've got a partner, my fiance. She also has gone through quite a few mental health problems over the years, and she's just now flourishing because of the help that we're getting. And I feel like if we can just be more understanding, empathy, you know, like we share more empathy in this world, especially in today's climate. And I'm sorry I have to go so far away, but
just go as far as you want, brother.
You know, because
as far as you want to go.
I mean, the world needs empathy, man, and And right now what's happening around the world is so sad. There's so much negativity. It's like a big ball of negativity about to burst. And I feel like something like this, I'm fortunate to have an awesome brother like Claudio come by with the good vibes.
All over, like out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, you know, a Monday. This is a Monday for me. You know, a Monday is meeting a brother all the way from Malaga.
Yeah.
Who's Romanian. In the middle of Sentul. If you guys, the local guys in KL, you guys know this place.
Yeah,
It's a dingy ass area.
Yeah. It took me a while to find the gym though.
So to have an esteemed coach and practitioner and someone I now highly respect. No, really, someone I now really highly respect. Come by to the gym and just allow us to express ourselves in this way. Man, it's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing, and I really.
No, at the end of the day, like what you just said, I think is a very powerful message that sometimes we kind of ignore because this is a very macho man kind of world. You have to be tough. You have to be this. But look, if you struggle with anything like that, just seek help.
Yep.
Don't let yourself go, and don't let it go deep, because we all go through things, and it's more normal than you actually believe. To go through bad moments and to go through bad things, and I think we all been there.
Yep.
But listen over here, it's no shame into it, and if you have to go through it, just do it. Seek help. Talk with a friend, talk with a professional, whatever you kind of feel is the need. Or don't talk and go to a jiu-jitsu gym, get that black belt and be a world champion. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah, that also helps.
Because I'm going to tell you something. When you have somebody on your back choking you,
you ain't got no time to deal.
You think
about your problems.
No, there's nothing else that matters in that moment. If you think about the shopping or you forgot to put the laundry on, you're gonna go to sleep. So at the end of the day, seek help. Jokes aside, seek help. There's always gonna be somebody over there for you. And look, BJJ can be your therapy, and if it's not, just seek help first. Abang, I'm not gonna hold you way more because it's been a long day.
It's been a long day, and we will talk until then.
And also, listen, we can stay here for 2 days and probably we're still gonna have something to talk.
Yes.
I'm gonna do something now.
Okay.
I created something that's called the Panda Questionnaire.
Okay. I love it.
It's a series of 10 questions.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, I love this.
Now, the questions are meant to be very short answer.
Right.
If you feel the need of expanding on the answer, you can expand.
Okay.
But if you just want to just say the answer and just be mischievous, you can also do it. Yeah?
Okay.
Some of them they're a bit more soft, and some of them they're a bit hardballs.
Cool. No, I'm ready.
We're starting easy, but it's getting steep fast. Cool. First question: what is your favorite martial art?
Oof. Honestly, I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, but my favorite martial art to actually train and watch is boxing.
There we go.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite martial art?
Least favorite martial art has to be... When did I... I'm not a huge fan of silat. Although it's local, I just think that it has too many of these connotations that are not very practical to today's use. And I feel like what defines me as a good martial artist is practicality. Okay. So I need that. Yeah. No offense.
Fair enough. Number 3, what motivates you?
Family, friends, love. I'm a big purveyor of love, as corny as it sounds. I love love. I love to give love to people. I love to receive love from people. And I just want to be remembered as a good friend at the end of the day, a good partner to my future wife. Love you. And I want to be a good friend, a good friend to people that come up to me, even strangers. I consider them my friend. We are all one. We are all one here. We're just human beings trying to make it out. So, yeah.
That's a fantastic answer where they are. Yeah. Number 4, what unmotivates you?
What unmotivates me is the social media trolls. I do not like hate on social media, especially from those guys who think they can fight. If you think you can fight and you're running your mouth, go to a gym, compete, and get humble.
Yeah. It will happen.
It will happen. There's no such thing as luck in fighting. It's either you have the skill because you put in the work or you don't. So
There's no fakeness. Over
no
there.
fakeness. Get real with yourself.
Number 5. What exercise do you love?
Oh, exercise. It can be anything like weights.
That has, yeah, especially outside of martial art.
Okay, I think we've got a technical error here.
Don't let me turn off also.
No, it's on. I'm gonna be here.
So let's go again.
Yes.
What exercise outside of martial
Outside
arts do
martial
you?
arts.
Yeah.
Football. I'm a huge football fan. I love football.
What team? From
Arsenal.
Spain?
From Spain.
Oh, this is gonna be rough.
Because you guys are from Malaga.
Better than Real Madrid.
yeah. Anything but Madrid. Yes.
Don't hate on me. Yeah? What exercise do you hate?
Oh, I hate legs. Doing weights for legs. I just did legs a couple of days ago. I hate it so much, but it's so good for you. But I
It's
hate
fundamental,
it.
yeah?
Yeah, fundamental. You need it, but I hate it.
Number 7. What's your favorite technique?
Ooh, Berimbola for sure. I love the Berimbola.
Very open. What is your least favorite technique?
Least favorite technique, I would say, man, I don't think I have one. I don't have any like hate towards a particular technique. Maybe least favorite in a sense where I don't hit it often. I would say deep half guard, playing from deep half. I'm not a big fan of being underneath another guy's balls.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I understand you.
Not a big fan of that.
9. And this one is more like as a coach and also as a competitor. What do you believe is the main quality an athlete has to have to become a champion?
To become a champion, you need discipline. That's the number one thing. You need to be able to do things that you don't want to do. You need to be able to eat the shit that you don't want to eat. You need to be able to say no to the distractions around the world that you have to go through. That means your social media, it means your clubbing, it means all that shit. And discipline is not easy to come by. No. It's a muscle that you need to practice.
You need to do those legs, yeah?
Yeah, you need to do legs.
And this is the last question, number 10. What advice would you give to your younger self?
My younger self?
Yeah.
Oh man. I would tell my younger self that it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel down sometimes. It's okay to fail. It's okay to... Your life is not over if you don't win. You know, I think being now that I'm 28 years old, but I'm 28 now and I'm owning a gym and I get to meet all walks of life and I start to learn that a lot of my problems when I was young didn't mean shit. And when you start to grow old and you see and experience people who have experienced life, you start to see that what really matters is the people around you.
Yeah.
And how much love you give and how much love you're able to receive. I think that's a big one. Be able to receive love as well, not just give love, receive love and open yourself up to goodness and be kind to your neighbor.
That's a great advice. Brother, thank you very much for
so
having me. Thank you also very much for staying so late on a Monday. I've been sweating over here.
I'm so sorry. It's so hot and humid over here.
Listen,
and I'm wearing this because I'm cold.
Listen, I've seen strange things. You know, like I've seen people with puffer jackets in Thailand. 36 degrees is normal. Yeah, thank you very much again, and looking forward in the future to meet again. If you're coming to Malaya, you know where to find us. Just hit me up.
Yes, for sure.
Nice food.
For sure.
Nice,
I love Europe. I love Europe. I've been to Spain a couple of times, and I don't plan to stop. I'm gonna come back down, and we're gonna do this the other way around.
There you go.
I'm gonna ask him questions. He's gonna be in the
There we go. I'm open for that.
Yes, that would be sick.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Claudio. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Panda out.